everyone, this is Tara Furiani.
And I'm Justin Boggs.
And you're hanging out with Not the HR Lady,
a web series about all things people.
No BS. Look, HR is not a four-letter word.
And this is not the HR Lady.
No, no, no.
No, no, no.
It is not the HR Lady.
Nope.
Not today, not ever.
No, not ever.
We're beyond that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, in the first episode that we did, we talked about like life right now is like that doomsday movie,
yeah,
right? Where it's like Independence Day.
Yeah.
And right now, I feel like we're past that.
Okay.
And we're in the like Groundhog's Day.
Oh, yeah.
version of life.
That's true.
Where it's just, we're all Bill Murray, just fucking cranky and just trying to get through it and just like, when will the day fucking change?
Yeah.
Like,
come on. It's like that meme, right? Like that says like it's yesterday and today and that day and this day and it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
The day that ends in Y.
Yeah.
It's all the same day.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
It does. It does. I don't think that like anyone would have expected that, you know, with the start of like 2020, everybody was really fired up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a new year, but it's also like a new decade. It's the roaring 20s. Right?
Yeah. I mean, the new roaring 20s.
And it just screeched to a halt real quick.
It's yeah. Yeah.
And then it's even so crazy that it's not just like the 2008 recession, right? This is not just a recession. It's going to be a recession. It isn't one yet. It's going to be one.
Yeah.
But like nobody would have ever thought for 1 second that we would have shut down pretty much all of life and we'd all be basically quarantined to our home, groundhogging. To your point, like nobody thought at the beginning of 2020 they were going to turn into Bill Murray. And if they did think that, they're probably not for this reason.
No. Everybody
whatsoever.
Was thinking, you know, new year, new me, I'm going to make some changes. We're going to do some cool shit this year.
We're all going to make changes. That was true.
Yeah. We're going to make some changes to life where nothing happens. Everything comes to a halt.
Happens. It just stops. You know, it's funny though. Like it is repetitive. And it is, I don't know what day is what day sometimes. Because like
I'm sure a lot of people feel that way.
I'm sure everybody feels that way. And it's like, so I'm totally with you. I mean, I don't even know, like, did we change out of the clothes we were wearing from yesterday? Like,
yes.
I mean, I know we did.
Because you got this cool Hawaiian shirt on today.
Yeah, I do. I was feeling like I needed to go back to like 2001's version of company culture, like it's Hawaiian shirt day. And that's going to make our employees feel great. We really thought that, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't.
Does it make everybody feel like they're on the beach? I mean, did you feel like you were on the beach during those times? No. I don't think anybody did.
Does anybody have like a Hawaiian shirt? Like, I'm sorry, but like when it's Hawaiian shirt day, you know that old white guys came up with that.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, you know what we should really do is wear our Tommy Bahama. That would be so great. Like, we are going to dress like in 3-piece suits every day of the week. But you know what? Fuck it. Fridays, Tommy Bahama all day. Yeah. And so that's just what it was. Like,
they want people to see their Tommy Bahama closet, you know, section.
In its entirety. And their boat shoes.
Yeah. And their khakis. Creased.
That was even
pleated.
Yeah. That was before Jared from State Farm?
Yes.
Yeah. Right? That was is that his name? Jake
Jared
from State Farm.
The other guy that we don't talk about anymore.
Oh.
Because he did some bad stuff.
I don't want to talk about him. He's a fuckhead.
Yeah, he is.
Anyway, I digress. I wore a Hawaiian shirt mostly because I got sunburned. We're gonna talk about that, but I just thought it would be. I just thought it would be funny because like
really good.
It's Hawaiian shirt day. Not the HR lady.
Because we're doing some new shit.
Yeah, What's old is new again, people.
We're kicking it new old school.
Please, when this ends, don't do this shit, okay? Like, come up. We say this every episode, I think. Like, you know, this is better. Our kombuchas are better than this. But, like, definitely don't do Hawaiian Shirt Day. And really, does anybody want to wear their pajamas to work?
No.
I mean, I do. But I don't think most people do.
If I work at home, yeah. Then I want to wear my pajamas to work. But like,
yeah, I don't want to wear sports teams. Sports balls. I don't know.
No,
I don't want to do that. Let's not bring that back. So don't do this. I mean, do this. I look fly as fuck, but
you do.
Thank you.
You do.
I'm wearing white pants before Memorial Day. I don't know. There's something about shoes. I don't know if pants applies, but who gives a shit? I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
And I'm at home in quarantine. If I want to wear white pants, I will. Damn it.
Fucking do it.
Although I do have Emily Post's Book of Etiquette right here, like first edition.
Oh.
And I think she might disagree.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of nuggets around the set.
We do.
That change quite often. So if anybody picks out what has changed or if you've noticed anything,
message us.
Write a comment in the comments
eggs
below and let us know if you found them. I think it's fun. We like to do that.
I'm ready to drink.
Yeah?
I think so.
Well, it just so happens that we've got another shipment from our friends at Sourced.
Yes.
What'd they bring us this time?
They have brought us. So when we were chatting earlier, they're like, we have this new Sazerac Rye.
Ooh.
And it is made in both New Orleans at the Sazerac House and in Kentucky at Buffalo Trace Distillery. And it's pretty cool.
There's a lot of whiskey that is made at Buffalo Trace.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I've been there once, and their like barrel housing is ridiculously huge.
Wow.
Like Weller's, Pappy Van Winkle, all of that stuff is made at Buffalo Trace.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Yeah. I'm not a big whiskey drinker, but I know that you like whiskey.
I fucking love whiskey.
Woohoo. So I'm excited to try it. I've never actually had rye before. But apparently it has like a pretty rich history.
Yeah.
Rye.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know anything about it?
No, I don't.
It came down the Mississippi River.
I know my brother would. My brother would be very upset at me right now.
Yeah.
My brother
He's
Josh,
going to be really disappointed.
Yes, he would.
He is probably.
That I can't just like talk on rye, but he would.
So this is actually the Sazerac Rye is the most award-winning rye since 2005. So for 15 years, it is the most awarded rye.
Nice.
And, which I think this is really cool, it uses the same yeast strand from, since Prohibition.
Holy shit.
I know. And
so is that like equivalent to like winemakers being like, well, these vines are this many years old? And it's like, well, this yeast strand is this many years old.
I think so. I think that's the same deal. Cool. And it's aged in... in barrels, just like...
Probably oak barrels.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
What is this? Like...
So...
ancient Western medicine doctor looking bottle.
I know. It does look kind of cool, though, doesn't it?
I kind of like that there's nothing on it.
I know.
This is that medicine that cures all, right?
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I kind of almost wish that they'd have a skull and crossbones or something on it. Don't you?
Yeah.
So this is actually called the Evening Standard, which is a brand new drink package that they have. It is kind of like an old-fashioned, essentially, but it's a springtime old-fashioned. It has the Sazerac Rye whiskey and a homemade apricot demerara syrup. I'm probably not saying that correctly. And a Chinese 5-spice bitters.
Okay. I'm going to take a guess here and say 2 ounces of whiskey and then the 1 ounce of the syrup.
You would be correct. The menu that I have tells me exactly that.
Awesome.
Yes. So this is a pretty cool 12-drink package that they offer at Sourced Craft Cocktails, who is sponsoring our show. Thank you guys again so much. And this one is actually really great priced. It's only $6.60 a drink. So it comes with a full 12 drinks in it. You get that entire bottle of Sazerac, plus you get enough of the apricot to make 12 drinks. So if you're really thirsty during quarantine or you have a couple of people here, this is great to share over a couple of days. Our last one was awesome. It went really fast. I'm sure this one will probably go equally as fast. Is everybody drinking a lot more?
I think so. I mean, I know all of Texas is drinking.
Yeah. I think we're up like 135% year over year, something like that. I was reading some article, of liquor sales. It's insane. Sourced is really cool from the sense that they deliver here in Austin and Dallas and in New York City, and they're also coming to Los Angeles and Houston very soon. How does that smell?
It smells really good.
And you can check them out at sourcedcraftcocktails.com.
Now, I don't drink a lot of rye. I'm more of
I want to smell it.
the Scotch. I fancy the Scotchy Scotch.
Yes, you do. That Lagavulin.
That Lagavulin. I love Lagavulin. Real smoky, peaty.
It smells like whiskey.
Yeah, it does.
It smells really good, though. It's like caramely. I would describe it like caramely smelled. But honestly, I don't really know anything about whiskey.
Do you mind if I use my finger to stir it?
No, use your finger. Did I forget to grab a stir?
No.
No, I love you. You can.
Cool.
Yeah, looks good.
I feel like this is going to be good.
I think it's going to be delicious. I'm ready to try it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Sourced.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah. I like it. I know you're not like a big whiskey drinker.
It's really good. It's like sweet.
This is delicious.
And it's it tastes like winter a little bit. But spring.
Yeah,
I get that springtime, winter.
Fall, right? I feel like kind of towards the end of fall, early winter.
But then it's like the florals and the apricot really taste kind of springy. I mean, that really does. That's a really good descriptor. A springy old fashioned. That apricot gives it something a little special. That is really good.
I prefer this without an orange. I don't think it would need that kind of extra flavor with that apricot being in there. So I kind of like this just exactly the way it is. This is delicious. Again, thank you. And Madison, you're the best.
Yeah,
we're
thanks,
gonna hear
Madison.
from her later.
We are. Yay!
Love it, love it, love it.
Love it. This is really good.
God, that's delicious.
So I want to do an update. I want you to give us an update.
Okay, I got a couple things. One that's I feel like that's important. It's about the unemployment. So the $600. A lot of people have already gotten their stimulus checks. Some people have not.
Right.
There's people that are waiting for a specific signature to be printed on them. I apologize. That sucks, but you're going to get
whatever.
But the full amount of $600 will be retroactive to March 29th.
For unemployment.
That's
that unemployment kicker,
That's
$600
that unemployment
a week.
kicker that you're getting. In most, but most likely all states, though the Department of Labor has not been very state specific.
Okay.
Though the timing for payouts has been pretty varied.
Some of them have already started getting them.
Yeah.
And then others, I think a lot of states, I think there was 12 states who by this week will have, 12 or 14 states, by this week will have it added. And it is retroactive in most states. But then the rest of them, they're still in limbo. Their systems are antiquated or whatever. So if you live in not one of those 12 or 14 states, and chances are you do. I mean, that's a big portion of our country. There's no timing. The Department of Labor isn't commenting on really any specifics, which is really weird. And frankly, I have just not had the patience or time to read size 4, tiny letter, 87 pages of legislature.
Yeah. I just think it's kind of shitty that how are some states doing it and some states not? What is
I agree.
What is the different process going on that we can't go ahead and just get this rolled out?
So this is one of those interesting things I was thinking about related to what we've been hearing a lot from the president and what we've been hearing a lot from the governors. And if you have watched this show at all, you know that we actively listen to Cuomo.
Yeah.
And
Trump.
And Trump. We watch them both every day, but Cuomo is the governor we usually watch. And, we might catch a couple of other ones here and there throughout the day. And we always listen to Trump's. At least I always listen to Trump's. I usually fill you in. It gets a little infuriating, I know. But
Usually I'm over here working.
yes, you are usually editing. But there's just not any commitment really on anybody's part as to what exactly is going on. And what I'm thinking is this sounds a lot like the whole ventilator and PPE, which is, my absolute least favorite acronym right now.
PPE?
Fucking PPE, man. Who else is tired of PPE? Look, I don't want people not to have them. It's just like, how hard is it? I don't understand.
It's literally said on every program when they talk about
PPE,
something.
PPE, PPE, PPE. But I'm just still over here bewildered that we cannot somehow figure out a way to get enough personal protection equipment for our hospital workers. I just cannot fathom this, that is just not available. I don't understand. Or that can't be made in a quicker fashion. It's paper, for crying out loud.
Yeah. I agree.
And so anyway, my point is that it's been pushed off onto the governors, a lot by this presidency.
Yeah. I mean, they're saying it should have been the states that have done all of this beforehand and made sure that they've had the stockpile. And it's also kind of like, well, did the federal government not have a stockpile?
Well, so I guess I just wonder.
They're placing the blame?
All right, but hear me out, okay? So, who is it? Who is in charge? Because this is what I wonder. If the president is going to stand up there and do nothing but talk about how great he's done and give misinformation. And look, I know I don't like to get political, but there are things that are being said that are just not true that are coming out of that press conference. And that's not a slant. I watched the White House live stream. I hear the words coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, we're not, just to be clear, we're not watching CNN's version or ABC.
I watched the House live stream.
On our computer.
Or the White House live
watching
stream.
the White House live stream, and we cast it to the TV. Mm-hmm. So we're watching the full broadcast.
The full broadcast. And it's like he's pushing all the blame, if you will, or all the responsibility, if you don't like the word blame, all the responsibility and holding all the states accountable, but then standing up there and saying, I'm in charge. Well, which is it? Which is it? Yeah. Are you in charge or are they in charge? And so this is another one of those things where I go back to, where is the fucking government procurement department? Every company that is at large in any capacity or does any kind of bulk buying has someone, at least one person, who is in charge of procurement, in charge of buying shit for all the places because that is usually cheaper.
Yeah.
You get a bulk discount. That is a normal part of business to have that person if you have stuff that needs to be purchased, but most companies do. Why would the government not leverage the resources of the government? You're not buying just for 16 million people. You're buying for 300 million people. That just seems so much more logical to me.
Right. So I went through Hurricane Katrina. Mm-hmm. And
you lived right there, right in the middle of it.
On the Gulf Coast of Mississippi in Long Beach, Mississippi.
Yeah.
It was a fucking terrible disaster that happened. I mean, after the storm, it looked like a bomb had went off. Places were just leveled. Mm-hmm. And we didn't have water. We didn't have food. We didn't have, we couldn't go to a grocery store because the grocery store wasn't there.
Yeah.
Right? For a couple of months until they were able to kind of clean it up and get everything kind of back in order. Mm-hmm. But FEMA stepped in and at least provided us with water and ice and all this other stuff, which is where FEMA should have came in to begin with.
Yeah.
FEMA should have been the one procuring all of this, all the face masks and ventilators. That way the states aren't trying to compete.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So to tell the states, no, it's on you. It's no, it's on you. the federal emergency.
Yep.
Like-
And why would every state have a different way to process unemployment? Why would they not all have the same website? Why wouldn't they use one standard system? Why wouldn't they have all bought the same one? In which case it should be updated and this would be no problem. This is as easy as HRIS software or payroll software or HCM. This is that, right? Except this is like super antiquated. So like, remember, like, you guys will remember, I think, some of you, like, when you had to, like, put in disk to back up your computer, like, in the early 2000s. You really did have to do that. It's like that. That's the technology we're working with. But why? Like, we are the freaking... Trump just said today, like, we're the most developed nation. He was talking about China as being called, like, some underdeveloped country. I don't know. But, like, if we're supposedly this economic superpower having the best economy in the history of economies. I literally can't make this up. The best economies in the history of economies. And yet we can't figure out how to pay people $600 extra for unemployment until a month later, almost.
I don't understand.
What the fuck?
And do you know,
who is running the shit show up there?
You know how many, like, payment companies are out there?
Yes, I do.
That actually have decent fucking systems.
Absolutely. Yes, there are a lot.
Why are they not trying to contact some of these
know.
companies and go, hey, look, how do we do this?
And it's like they could do it cloud-based. It would be awesome. It would be easy. It would be encrypted. People could get their money. You could just give them, you could give all of America. Did you file an unemployment? Do you have an unemployment number? You do?
Cool.
Go to this website at federalunemploymentstimulus.com because it's got to be long and stupid and ridiculous.
Crazy.
And then you go in, you type that number, it finds you. And then it's like, boop.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's how you get it. That should be how easy it is.
They could link
There's
it.
back
They could
end
literally
work. I'm not
link
minimizing
it.
that.
They could link it to, like, the unemployment website. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know why they couldn't use like an API.
Yeah.
Like
Something,
you would do for any other kind of like bridged communication for software.
Because apparently we're still using the technology that sent us to the moon.
Oh, that's right. But we can't get back there. It's so weird.
We can't get back there. Or did we even go there? I don't fucking know.
I mean, you know
Who
what I
knows?
think.
But it's like you could do this and like all the systems crashes, like they all crash and nobody's answering the phone. And I mean, I'm not just bashing on this administration. And this happened in Obama's administration too.
Yep.
Like with his Affordable Care Act, like nobody could get it because because it kept crashing. Like
I remember.
it wasn't ready.
Trust
and
me,
they're like,
I remember.
it's ready. No, it's not.
It's not ready.
So I just wish there was some transparency and some
like,
thought.
Can I just
put
throw this
into
out there
this.
really quick? Can I just throw this out there?
Yeah.
In 2008, all the tech people might disagree with me, but actually maybe they won't. In 2008, Facebook was barely even a thing yet. So let's just discuss how shitty the internet still was. We all still had MySpaces, you guys. You remember MySpace? We still thought that. We had top 8 friends.
In 2008? Yeah,
I don't know.
I think MySpace was on its way out.
It was totally on its way out, and Facebook was on its way in.
But to your
like,
point, like, yeah.
was even Twitter a thing? If it wasn't even pop. You're just gonna get in on that rye whiskey,
I'm gonna just get in on it.
Do it.
I like it. This is delicious.
So something happened today, and I want to talk about it because it's a COVID-19 update part of this segment. I didn't even tell you I was going to talk about this, but I was reading this article before we started filming, and that's what I was typing right before.
All riled up.
So you know that woman from Michigan?
That woman from Michigan. Oh, the governor.
That would be Governor Whitmer,
okay.
yeah. Yep. That would be her. You know how I feel about that. Apparently in Lansing today, a whole bunch of fucktards called Operation Gridlock, organized by the Michigan Conservative Coalition to protest the governor's decision to close the economy. She closed it till May 1st, just like the rest of us. I mean, Austin's closed until May 8th. So, hers is closed till May 1st. For clarity, Michigan currently has the fourth highest amount of coronavirus cases in the country. So they are above 46 other states. and a bunch of people, a lot, and they caused gridlock. They blocked all the streets around the Capitol, parked their cars with ridiculous banners, got out, protested, waved flags, and you know what they said? This is the worst part. They were chanting, "Lock her up." Seriously? Can you guys come up with a different tagline? Lock her up is the best you've got? Like, lock her up for what? For making sure that people don't die in your state? For making sure that you're protected to have businesses to go back to? For what?
How about they run for governor?
Thank you.
If it's so fucking easy, you do it. I'm going to talk a little bit of shit, but I'm not going to impede them from doing their job.
No.
Okay?
You don't like
because
their things.
I don't want to run
fine.
for governor.
But it's not even their jobs that they stopped. They're around hospitals. They're around first responders. There are people in and around those areas that could have had life-threatening emergencies that they blocked ambulances because of their stupid protest. I hope, and I am a kind and loving and wonderful person, but I hope every single one of you people get coronavirus. I really hope you do. I don't hope any of you die. I hope you all get it. And I hope you all get sick. And I don't hope you die at all, but I really hope that you get the virus. And I hope that teaches you a lesson not to be a fucktard in the middle of a goddamn pandemic in our country. Okay?
Were they 6 feet apart in their protest?
No, they were not 6 feet apart. They were neck to redneck.
I like that.
I'm just so over it. Like, look it's not a fucking partisan thing right now. Nobody's businesses want to be closed. Nobody wants to be unemployed. Nobody wants to keep the government the government's not shut down. They're all getting paid. Why instead you don't holler for those people to take a 50% pay reduction while our government, tries to rebuild? I don't know. Maybe you guys should get behind protesting that. But I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Facts are facts. This is a pandemic, in case you don't know what a pandemic is. A pandemic is something they've never seen before. And this is something that, real doctors, not your cousin's brother's fourth aunt on his mother's side, who works at some clinic in bumfuck whatever.
Or a CVS.
Not that. Okay? Real doctors who are in real... You, remember the movie The Rock?
Yeah.
Do you remember,
Connery?
Yeah. Well, Nicolas Cage. I have a real soft spot for him. It's mostly the... I think it was the Southern accent, that he tried to, pull off. It was, Southern on part of it, and then half the time...
That was the same accent that he pulled off in Con Air?
No. So Con Air's accent was way more pronounced. That one was just, every now and again, he'd throw in, a long drawl thing. And I'm just
jowl.
I like you.
When he puts
I like
on
you,
that.
Nick Cage, too.
Yeah.
He's weird. I like that.
Sorry.
But you're derailing my conversation. But it's I guess I'm just so stressed out about all of this because we're not going to get better. Again, my Nick Cage comment, he was a biochemical engineer doctor, right?
Yeah.
This could, and there was a report today, this could potentially be some kind of bioterrorism. It was reported earlier today in the White House during that press conference that it was actually an intern at that biomedical facility in Wuhan who picked up the contagion, gave it to her boyfriend, and that's how it spread. And her boyfriend went to the wet market. That's how it spread. That's what they've just.
So they
found patient zero, and they know today.
Zero.
Yeah, they announced it today at the White House press briefing.
So it came from a lab.
It came from a lab. It came from that lab. And they're saying, yeah, but it wasn't that. They're saying, oh, but it wasn't that. It was they were trying to do whatever. So this is going to turn in, I hope it doesn't, but this looks like it might turn into some kind of war if this, and that makes me nervous. I don't want to make those kind of predictions or say those kind of crazy things, but that just happened today, this evening.
I don't want to make those kind of predictions either. But do you know who wants to make some predictions?
I do.
Our friend Madison Butler. Oh. She wants to take over the Talent Tarot of today.
I love it. And she's doing it for us. And I love what she has to say. So check it out.
Hello again. It's Madison Butler, blue-haired recruiter, your favorite pop star. Maybe not your favorite. It's fine. I shouldn't assume. So I wanted to give you a look into what I think the future of talent would be, my version of a prediction. And I think it's going to be really interesting. Up until this point, we've really lived in a candidate's world where you would have someone accept an offer and then turn it down 35 seconds later because they got a better offer from someone else. And obviously the roles will kind of reverse now as people will be looking to just get into jobs that pay. But on the flip side of that, I do think we're going to see this huge shift in the way people think about the places they work for, which means people are watching. So when you are laying off 400 people via pre-recorded Zoom, people are going to remember things like that. And up until this point, I don't know if corporations really realized that. They kind of thought they could do what they wanted as long as they provided a paycheck, which we're living in this new world where people are looking for a paycheck, obviously, because I do not work for free. But I also want to work for a company that has really good values that match mine. I want to go to work every day and feel like, ooh, this is like part of me. I don't want to feel like I'm being split in half every day where I have these values that I live by in my personal life, but then they're uprooted from me in my work life. I'm looking for a value balance. The other thing I think will be very interesting in the ways of recruiting, which is really my world, I think recruiting will have to become much more relationship-based. There's going to be no possible way, unless you are an actual machine, to sort through 10,000 resumes. It's just not possible, not time efficient. And so I think you're going to have to start reaching out to recruiters and being like, hey, my name is la-di-da. I'm interested in this role you have, let's talk. Because that is going to be more likely to get a response from someone versus going through 10,000 resumes and hoping they land on yours. It will definitely be, I think, a weird world for everyone. The floodgates at some point will open on both ends, meaning the economy is going to have to reopen itself, which means all these people who did these massive layoffs are at some point going to have to start thinking about filling those roles again. And at the same time, it's also going to be a flood of people who are looking for new roles, who are looking to get back out there, get back on the horse. And so I think there's just going to be like a tsunami of talent, which is awesome. However, I do think people are going to have to expedite their processes and try to move a little bit quicker than maybe we have moved in the past. And I think we also have to retire this notion of people should feel lucky to work for us. I think a lot of organizations move forward in a way that's, well, if you didn't enjoy this experience, that's on you and not on me. And I think after this whole thing is over, people are going to really reflect on how they were treated, whether they were kept on or not, and really think about, like, do I want to feel this way again in the event of some other crisis? Crisis doesn't just stop. There will probably be something massive and traumatic at some other point in the future, and people are going to think about, like, how did this company treat me? And would I want to work for another company that treated me like this again? And so I think companies are really going to have to realize that, yes, people are, grateful to have work. However, we are essentially the lucky ones. We have people who are working every day for, essentially someone else's dream because they believe in it and they believe in what we do. And I think it's really important to recognize that as we move forward. The other thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to all learn to put on pants again. I have on pants today because I'm sitting outside and, neighbors. But, like, working from home is so weird. I mean, I've always kind of been, like, back and forth where I've been remote and then in an office and then in an office and remote again. But I've at least had to put on pants a couple times a week. I'm not sure if I'm open to doing it 5 days a week again, but I guess I'll have to try. But all in all, I think when the dust settles, I think there will be a really big shift in the way that we work and the way that we hire. And, the future of work keeps me up at night. But I think it's a shift that needed to happen, and I'm really excited to see what comes of it. Okay, goodbye.
So I agree with Madison.
I love her so much. She is so real.
Yeah.
Like, keeping it real.
Yeah. The future of hiring, she's totally right. The demand for jobs will be more than the supply when the economy reopens because, this is something I want to talk about. Like, some companies just aren't going to make it. Let's talk about that later. I don't want to derail the conversation. But like, there's going to be fallout. There's going to be, look, the potential realities of what this is going to do to our economy, what this is going to do to us as a society. I hate to break the news to everybody, but we're not opening up on May 1st. And when we open the economy, that does not mean everything just goes back to how it was. Like, no. I would wager the first couple of things they'll open are like stores, not malls, stores that are closed right now that are non-essential. So like furniture stores, clothing stores, stuff like that.
But we're still going to see like masks and we're going to see social distancing. All of this should be taking place still.
It'll probably be a caveat. Like, you can't open unless you take the measures like the grocery stores have with that plexiglass and like masks and all those other things. You can only have so many people in at a time.
Right.
But then if everybody, if a lot of people just aren't working, I don't know who's buying. So it's like a catch-22. I 100% guarantee you restaurants will not open. Bars will not open. Nightclubs will not open. Concerts will not open.
No, not like like a continuous group of people that are together, like at a restaurant.
Like maybe
or club,
they'd allow limited numbers of parties, but like,
I still think like if they're gonna do it, which I can't stop them. If they do, I wish that they would still like imply some kind of either 10 or less or 50 or less, like in a department store or something.
I think they'll have to,
or a furniture store, like 50 people or 10 or less, like please.
Yeah.
We don't want this to happen again.
Yeah. But I know I'm not solving for what the businesses who are going to reopen are going to do. What I'm solving for, I guess I'm talking about is like, I don't know. I guess solving for is right. I feel like people have rose-colored glasses on. And I am not about I want to make everyone feel good, but I also want you to be realistic. They've extended these $600 extra payments just for now until July 31st.
Yeah.
You should think about that. Because if you work in any business that attracts a large number of people in a small space, or even a large space, but they'd be all more than like closer than 6 feet together, chances are good you're not opening until the fall at a minimum. Yeah. I've been looking at a lot of these bigger companies. I've been following AMC. I keep getting these news updates about it. And it's like, it looks grim. And for a lot of the fun is no longer available.
I mean, how long is Disney closed?
Disney was closed like a month for, like yesterday, I think it's been closed for a month, and it's scheduled to be closed till June 1st. Yeah. I mean, they're saying like sporting events and large concerts, not until 2021.
Yeah. I mean, that should tell you something right there.
I think Boston University has already announced that they're delaying their fall semester. They're delaying their fall semester until January 2021.
Yeah. So that should kind of give you an idea of what people are thinking. I mean, we're trying to do the right thing. Whether or not they tell us, look, everything's open, everything's good to go. No, that's not necessarily the case. Everything is good to go. Everything could be open, but that doesn't mean we should just flock to the streets and fucking hang out.
Honestly, I don't think a lot of people are going to do that.
I hope not. I mean, we've seen studies that say like this should actually go on for 2 years.
You know what? I don't even know why I just said that. I just told you about some stupid fucking gridlock in Lansing for no stupid reason while chanting, "Lock her up, their governor." People actually are that dumb.
They are. But what can we do?
What can we do? We can demand change. That's what we can do.
That's what we can do.
Absolutely.
We can do that.
This is intolerable.
Yeah.
So we are very fortunate, and I want to segue because I could just like derail this whole thing and just continue to like get fired up. But like I want to segue into a topic we've talked about on every episode, which is working from home with a spouse, and that is something that we've always done in the sense that since we've been together, we've been working on this and our other shows, and music and other things. And we've always worked together. So this isn't like a weird, hard thing for us.
Yeah.
However, we still have challenges and we still get frustrated and we still, find ourselves, we're in such a small, we're not even, we have a pretty good sized house, but we're in such a small space. We have so many kids and we really can't do anything or go anywhere. And today we just had to get out of the house. We had to move. Both of us have gained, can I tell everybody? We've gained the COVID-19.
Yeah. Everybody in college gets the freshman 15, right? We have the COVID-19
The COVID-19 pounds. We have to specify. We don't have COVID-19. We just have the COVID-19 pounds.
The COVID-19 pounds.
I'm sure most of you can relate. We're all drinking more. We're eating more. We're snacking. I've seen those memes about face masks being to protect you from eating. Wear a face mask inside.
Yeah. We did need to get out, though. I mean, I got some sun. I mean,
I'm like, Brand, we did 5 miles.
We did 5 miles on this hike and ended up finding like a boat dock. And that's where, we sat for almost 2 hours, I think, and, started talking about the show.
Yeah.
And was like, I think this is where we want to go with it today. So, I mean, I'm excited.
I am too. It was time well spent.
That was fun. I want to do it again tomorrow.
I do too.
I want to make this like at least every 3 days, take a day break and then do
absolutely.
It again. So that's something I'm looking forward to. I love to adventure, especially out in the wilderness. So
I am not a wilderness person.
I know.
But I love to adventure. We have adventured around many cities. And traveled many places.
We've been city adventuring for quite some time, for actually just like 2 days over 10 months. So,
that's right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. Being a mom of a bunch of kids and now also being a 9th, 6th, 2nd, and 1st grade teacher, it's tough. And while I've always been a person who values what kids do or what teachers do for kids, and I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of people in my life who've been really great teachers, and a lot of people who I went to school with even early as elementary school who then became them.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like disproportionate amount of people. But I think it was because we had such great educators where I grew up. People who are really passionate about, and they're still like that today. And so we, on our next episode, are going to be talking with the newly appointed principal from the Oxford Academy. That is actually from my hometown of Orange County, California. And she actually happens to be a high school friend of mine who achieved this amazing feat. This is actually, they're in the top 50 of public high schools in the country. And so I am so proud of her. She is currently the principal at Lexington Junior High School. Her name is Amber Houston. I have known her for like 20-something years at this point. We cheered together, and she is going to be on our show. She's just accepted. She landed the gig during the coronavirus. Like, she just got it 2 days ago.
That's crazy.
Which is awesome. So I want to talk to her about that.
People are losing jobs and all this, but like, I mean, the schools still have to prepare.
And other people are still hiring. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about her experience of going through the job process, because I bet it looked a little bit different than it does. I'd wonder if there was less face-to-face, and if she can give us a first world example and somebody in a pretty high position to kind of achieve. So I'm pretty excited. I think she's also going to talk to us about the future of education and what role we will still have to play on an ongoing basis, her predictions. So I'm pretty excited to chat with her.
I'm excited to chat with her too. I wish we would have been able to chat to Dr. Lou, but unfortunately we've had to reschedule.
He's a doctor.
I mean, he's a doctor, and he's pretty busy. So, I mean, I completely understand.
Me too. I think he might make us some videos, maybe.
Maybe make us some videos. If not, we'll reach out to some nurses or something in some local areas or some outreach areas and try and, get some insight into that. So
I had a really good day, and I want to thank you for You know, this is funny. We talk about mentors and like people who've changed us in business and people we look up to and who is like our rocks at work. And I think we think about that in a lot of ways from a professional standpoint. And I don't think that maybe often enough we give our partners enough credit for all the, like, just the support that they give. The good ones out there, like you, as an example.
Thank you.
I want to, I just want to take a moment and thank you.
You're making me blush a little bit.
Oh, I love you. I've been so gushy with you, I know. But I was inspired today. A friend on LinkedIn, Brad White, shared a very vulnerable post, and it was about his spouse. He's been unemployed for, several months now, and his husband has witnessed his sadness, his hopefulness, and his fear. And I know that you've witnessed all of that from me as well. And through it all, Brad has said that, his husband has seen him through it all and has been his rock and has seen him fully. And I really loved that sentiment because I think that you really see me fully. And I just really appreciate that. And today, when you took that time to recognize that I was still struggling a little bit, this is hard, to want to get me out of the house and get me moving because we're normally pretty active people. It really changed my whole mindset for the day. So I want to thank you for being, so great.
Stop it.
Oh my God. You love it. Shut up.
I like it and I love it, but that makes me blush. And thank you.
My love tank is full, and I appreciate you for that.
I feel the same. I really do.
Well, the Love Fest will continue on our very next
we'll keep
episode.
Going. Yes, it will. So send us in your questions. We do get a lot of questions, and if you send in a video question, you might be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
If you want to be noticed, please let us know. If you don't, just let us know as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to check out our website at notthehrlady.com for more content, sponsor information, and some badass merchandise. We do have some really cool merch, and we're about to put up some new merch within the next month.
Absolutely.
So, be on the lookout for that.
Definitely.
I cannot wait.
Me either.
You've seen some of the merch that we have, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Me too. I'm Tara Furiani.
I'm Justin Boggs, and this has been Not the HR Lady. See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Not the HR Lady.
Engage with us on any social platform at Not the HR Lady and visit our website for more people stuff at notthehrlady.com.
New episodes are out every Wednesday and Friday. We'll see you next time.
Bye.